Welcome to the THEADUSHOW. If you are watching or streaming this episode, thank you so much for tuning in. I have an incredible show for you guys today. All this week, I'm bringing on friends of mine who are so incredible, who I really think have a lot of energy. And actually, they even saw the show and they wanted to come on. So I was like, you know what? This is a new year. I think we're going to do a lot of things differently. And I'm hoping and praying you guys are going to keep tuning in and share this with everybody, because today I have one of my incredible, amazing, I have such a soft heart for this guy. And my papers are falling like they always have been since the Andrew Spriggs show. So we're just going to work with what we got here, because I know the producers are going to be like, you're not doing your job. Well, guess what? This is a new year and this is only the second show. Before we get into any topics for today, I want you guys to please, if you are tuning in, if you're streaming this, keep sharing it, keep reposting, keep doing whatever you guys are doing, because you guys are helping this show a lot. Spreading kindness, practicing acts of kindness. There's a lot going on in this world, and there's a lot of negativity, a lot of things, a lot of uncertainty that is uncontrollable. However, I will tell you guys right now, this is something that I want to bring to light, which is topics that will hopefully make you laugh, or make you think, or make you cry, or make you do other things that is fulfilling to life's necessities. However, joining me today is my friend Silas. What's up, man?
What's up?
You're co-hosting the show with me, man. You're on the show, man.
On the show.
And I don't want you to do so much work, because everybody thinks they're going to do so much work. I'm like, nah, bro, this is just like, I tell them all the time, it's the Steve Harvey show. It's like the Ellen show, you guys. It's just, you just come on here and just play around, do your thing. I mean, like, don't do too much playing around, because then I'll get in trouble and I won't have anything anymore. But it's just like, okay. Man, see, you already got your cup of tea or a cup of water, and I don't have nothing. I don't have no table. I need to have some of that stuff, bro. I need to have like a whole table, but we're gonna get to that. I actually, so funny. I actually had cups. I actually had a table for everything, right? But I'm not taping the show where I would have that, because where I had it was in the living room. I had taped the show in the living room, which was very last minute, because we had to tape the show in the living room with this one episode because we had too many people, and I was like, the format and the frame rate wasn't large enough, so we had to take it up, and it was like one of the incredible shows ever. So one of the best shows that I think that has been taped. Are you ready to get into some topics for today?
For sure.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Now I got to pick up the papers. Well, when it comes to bedtime, everyone has their own routine. Some people wash their face, some people brush their teeth, and some people cuddle up with a stuffed animal. Now, if you're an adult who still seeks comfort from your teddy bear, you aren't alone. According to a recent survey from Best Mattress brand, 16% of millennials still sleep with a comfort item. So, are you guys still cuddling up with a blankie or a bear when you go to sleep?
Interesting.
Okay.
Good topic. Hot topic. Hot take.
Yes, this is something I don't need to ponder about. I'm going to be truthful right now. I'm going to be very, very truthful. So, I'm not cuddling up with a teddy bear or any stuffed animal, but I have it on the corner of the bed, and it's just right there, and it's always been there, because I've always had this, like, okay, so I also named them as well. So I got Evan, Sarah, and Max, and it's just like they're all in the corners. Now, I don't sleep with them, but they just look good, just like for decoration. But they've been, see, I'm gonna make them sound like they're humans. They've been with me for like over 10 years. So I'm just like, I don't know, it's some sort of like comfort to me. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
You?
I think good
and well you don't sleep with no stuff.
Personally, I don't sleep with any stuff anymore. But like, obviously, I once did. But I will say there's something to it. I think nostalgia is definitely plays into a big role in like comfort. And I think stuffed animals have a big role in that nostalgia of a young child. You said like you don't necessarily sleep with it, but it's still in your room. I think that provides comfort in that way. So I think you have something to that for sure.
Yeah, there's some sort of like comfort, like you said, and like I said, to having that stuffed animal right beside you. And sometimes it can last for a while. I mean, I know some adults, I don't know too many of them, but I know a lot of them have admitted to me, like, hey, this is actually normal, and I've actually grew up with this thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I know some people hold on to stuff because of memories. They hold on to teddy bears and stuff, and that's fine. I ain't gonna judge you. Shoot, I'm the one who watches VeggieTales on a regular. Talk to my man Luis, who will be coming on the show very soon. You guys will see him. But I just want to watch VeggieTales. That's all I want to do. That's a different topic, but I'm like, that's all I want to do. Like I told you. I think I told you this when I first met you. I think I told Luis the same thing. I'm a little kid in a man's body, literally, and I'm like, bro,
Yep.
it's like showing so much, but it's like it's actually true. And I'm like, I can't fake it. It's one of them things where you just can't fake it. It just comes out naturally. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
you probably already could picture me with a stuffed animal or something. I don't know,
Just a
dude.
big full size stuffed animal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want the ones that y'all get. You know, the big ones they sell. They don't. You know, they sell these kids stores. I don't need the big old teddy bear 6 feet tall. I ain't trying. That look like a monster in the dark. You know, and we ain't having that today, because once you turn them lights off, and I guess, you know, I'm a very visual person, so I visualize things a lot, and I have a very I have a very and my brother will tell you, a very interesting slash way about how I look at things, because I think a lot of things are scary to me, especially like the 6 feet teddy bear. You put that thing in my room, turn the lights off, I ain't gonna sleep. Y'all think that's gonna be a little teddy bear, that big old teddy bear that's gonna it ain't that ain't cute.
It's funny you bring that up because there's been a few like viral TikToks of people getting in those big stuffed teddy bears. Have you seen those TikToks? And they like jump scare people, or there's a few that even more for comedic
Black
effect.
people
and
don't
they
mess with
dance.
that. We don't do.
Takes it to a whole new level.
No, I'm just playing. I play too much. Do you have any friends who have admitted that they love stuffed animals, or they still sleep with them? You don't have to call them out. Don't call them out. Just
I don't really not anybody close that like I know. I mean, that's not something that I don't think they still have in their life. They don't still cuddle with stuffed animals. But I mean, definitely like as a child, I mean, I definitely had my buddies.
You didn't.
For sure.
You don't carry any. I want to have. I want to know.
I don't have any with me. I mean, I'm in my room. I don't have a single stuffed animal here. My apartment.
I can't think about one person in my mind right now that I can even off of the top of my head. Even the new people I've met. I can't think of one person right now that I know would do that or even own something like that. I probably have an idea of like one person, somebody, maybe an old friend of mine or something, but I really can't say, because all y'all even if y'all did, y'all hide it so well. Cause shoot, I'm just like out there and everything. I'm just like, look at me. I'm the guy who has the teddy bear. Look at me. I named all them. Look at me. I watch VeggieTales on a regular. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to like move on. Well, we have to take a commercial break, but there's more of the Do Show after this. Stick around. Welcome back to the Do Show. Core.com posed this question. If someone overhears a conversation someone is having with another person that was never meant for their ears, do they have the right to judge? What about getting involved? And should you be listening to the other person's conversations anyway? So, have you ever overheard a stranger's conversation and wanted to butt in?
Dang, that's a
And don't lie
interesting.
to me.
First, yes, I've definitely heard other people's conversation, but I think it's a very interesting point because like depending what setting you're in, like public setting, or if like you're in your own apartment and you hear like an argument or fight on the other side of the
Yeah,
wall,
yeah,
I think it's like depending what setting you're in, it kind of will depend what's acceptable as far as actions and stuff, and if you should get involved. Because there's that side of like if it's like that gossip talk at the workplace, someone's talking behind your back.
yeah. Right.
But then there's also that like the side of like, where there's possible harm or like something risky or shady going on that like you have I think in your community you would have it would be justifiable to, outreach or help, I think. So
Right.
definitely
See,
depends
my
on the
thing
setting.
about that though, see, I will do that in that instance, like you said, if it is gonna, if it's gonna, if the conversation is gonna carry to something harmful, if it's going to be, fist fight, whatever it might be, if it's
Yeah.
gonna be some sort of violence, then I might just put my 2 cents in there because I know for with me, if you're gonna be around me, I ain't for all that. In some, well, I ain't gonna say in some cases because something. I mean, some. Yeah, like you said, it depends on the situation. But I'm not. I'm not saying I'm for violence. I'm not saying that at all. Y'all better hear me clearly on these streaming platforms. I am not for. I'm not for throwing fists. As I've been in certain situations where I would be mainly out and about and would actually this would actually take place when I would be performing and something would be happening and I'd be like, oh, I would tell some people I would bring with me like let's not get involved. Let me handle this because I like to do stuff in a calm way. You know, and I guess I'm one that doesn't like yelling and stuff, especially like
Yeah.
I'm just like not that type of person, and I try to make sure it doesn't ever get to that level unless it's to the extreme. And I understand people's situations. I try to calm people down, take a breather, offer some water. If I have some, or if I don't have some, I'll get them some. But like the question, going back to the question before I get off topic, because I can really do that real easily. Do you, if you ever overheard a stranger's conversation, see that? Okay, if it's
Does it
like you said,
affect
if
you?
it's violent, if it's like
Like if it's, I think it could depend. Like if they're talking about you, it might change the
well, well,
yeah.
yeah. If
What's
if
the
they're talking
context?
about me, then of course I have every reason to But I think anybody would. If it was okay, I'll give an example right here. If it was uh, a friend, if it was a friendship, or if it was some sort of married couple, and they were going back and forth. Let's say on a train while we're going to New York. I just like using that example, and we're all on the train. We're all on the same in the same room, and they're like making so much chaos, right? Bringing so much chaos into their conversation, and it keeps carrying. It gets louder and it gets louder. Somebody is gonna be like, "Hey, hey, hey, what's going on? Is like what's up?" And you sometimes I know you can't change a thing or change a problem, but you can at least try to tone it down for the other people and the other passengers because you just never know. So just
Yeah.
just to be on the safe side, some people are just like, hey, let you guys let's stop just for a moment and then you can carry the argument. uh, when
Yeah.
y'all out, and then y'all can fight or whatever y'all wanna do. Not condoning that, but again, it's just one of them things.
I have a kind of not a funny story, but a story that relates to this whole thing. Actually, it was like when I moved to my apartment here in the Towson area. It was like the, maybe the third month I was here, and outside in like the hallway, like the apartment hallway. there's like I overheard like a discussion out there, and it's kind of loud, like this is a cheap apartment, there's no insulation in the walls. I can hear a good amount of what they're saying, and it got like louder and louder, and I was like, all right, like it's not a happy conversation.
Yeah.
uh,
Oh,
and
you
then
can
it's like
tell.
it turned into like a fight, and actually like a fist fight. I think like somebody was cheating on something. There's something bad, and at that point it got really loud and they started fighting. At that point I had to like I had to actually call 911, and it got to the point where it's like I felt like I should probably intervene. When anybody's like in a situation where something like that conflict happens where somebody physically can get hurt, that's when it's like I
Right.
think a lot of
It really
you would have
is
a
down
right to draw the line.
if it's down
And
to the
then
nail. Hmm.
yeah, but then again, like I didn't personally intervene. I had I called 911. So
Right. It depends on the situation. I know I keep repeating
yep.
myself, but I'm trying to just make this point. For me, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but for me, I'm going to see how this all plays out. And if it does escalate, if it's going to affect other people in the room,
Good
then
point.
that's the time for me to say like, hey, you know, let's bring it down just a little bit, just because there are other people in the room, whatever situation you might be. But people got their own ways of handling things of that nature, and some people are not aware of their surroundings. Some people just go off at the mouth, and I understand people are not always mindful about that because everybody grows up in different types of ways. Not everybody
Yeah.
grows up where they're very cautious about what they say, or if they're in a serious, argument or situation. You know,
Mhm.
you're loud and you just like almost destructive about it. I don't know a good term or word to use it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like one of them types of things. If you're watching this on YouTube.com, tell me how you feel about it. Even if this is a clip, I know they repost clips of this on the show, but hey, I'm always learning something new today about what you can do to help the next person in their life endeavors. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
There's more of the Do Show after this. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Do Show. My guest for today is a drummer and an incredible friend of mine. Help me welcome CLAUDIO SILVA.
Thank you, my man.
You know what's so funny? Let me say this. It's so weird taping the show the way it is because it sounds weird when I'm doing it, but when I pick. When it's all put together, it'll make sense. When it comes out, it'll make sense.
Dude,
That's
I've
the
watched
crazy
your show
part.
before.
That's the crazy part
Well,
about taping a show like this. It's just like, why would you say this? Like, there's no like immediate reaction. So it's just like, and I'm not working with a live audience, so it's just like it makes it harder. But hey, I've been
Bro,
doing
I've
it for
watched your
like
show before. It's beautiful.
I've been
It's
doing it for
beautiful.
like 42 episodes. So I'm used to it. But that's what's up. Glad to see you, bro. What's up? How you doing? What's good?
I'm good, man. I'm just chilling. I'm shedding. Getting ready to go on this gig in Iowa with Sean Jones, and then going back to school in 2 weeks.
That's
So,
incredible, and I know you're about to go on that tour. And it's funny that you say that because Sean had walked in one day when I was at Peabody, like about 2 years ago. Well, not 2 years ago, but a few years ago when I was doing the program, and that's when I had met Devron and all of them. See, he had walked in, right, and I think he was just saying hi to some people. And my friend Jordan, shout out to Jordan, he was talking to Jordan, and I was like really listening because I was like really entailed and stuff, and I was like, man, my friend has this really deep question about, you know, like something career wise, and Sean was just speaking and speaking, and I knew who he was, and I was gonna say hi, but I knew he was in a rush, but he just popped in to say hello, and I was literally right next to him. Literally, he was standing up, and there was a piano, and I was sitting at the piano just listening to him, and I was like, bro, is
That's
crazy.
the thing about these guys. Like these guys, they're such like heavy cats. I don't know, the presence that you feel being around them, and the deepness, and the, you know, this Sean Jones, he toured with Wayne Shorter and Herbie Hancock and people who played with Miles Davis and played with Ron Carter and is on the Amy Schumer TV show and all this stuff. Like, he's an insane musician, an insane person. I'm honestly blessed. And, you know, I never thought I would get this opportunity, because what does a 19-year-old Hispanic kid from Miami, Florida have to do with Sean
Shoot, that's what
Jones?
I was thinking about when I got called to do sessions with y'all and some other folk. I'm like, with the whole networking thing, even before I got there, bro. But even before the show, it was like, shoot, crazy. Because, shoot, I'm the guy who will be drumming in his basement, and that's all I would do. I'd be an 8-year-old drumming. I don't know nobody that's
Following
musical.
each other on IG for a couple of years now.
Right.
Like,
Dude, let me tell you something. Like, I was afraid to play in front of a live audience, to share my craft, to, you know, like, I was afraid that I was going to be humiliated. So to be doing this, to be talking to you, to actually be like, yo, this guy's actually dope, and to have that sense of humility and that vulnerability. I mean, there's something to it, bro, that I feel like we all can relate to. However, it's not always told to us. It's not always, we don't always share it. It's sometimes we don't even talk about it. If we're in a session or if we're just having a regular conversation, we don't always talk about like, yo, I was that same way, or I had a similar tactic when I was growing up and I, you know, wasn't in the scene or whatever. But it's just like, I'm so like, that's why I always tell you, bro, like, whenever I see you, whenever I call you up, whenever I check up on you, whenever you check up on me, it's just like, yo, you don't even know how much of an impact that people like you make, because like the people that I've met, I've let in, bro, and you don't understand. And it's not light. Like I told somebody yesterday, I said, y'all don't even understand. Y'all be crazy up in here, and y'all do this networking, and y'all just see me and y'all just let me in. I'm just like, I feel like the little kid in the candy shop with a bunch of other dudes watching me, seeing that I'm making the right moves at the right time, bro. But it's like incredible, and I love this networking thing. It's incredible. You're incredible. And actually, the last time we actually saw each other was the first time we actually met in person, which was crazy, because you were at the session in Baltimore outside, and you were playing outside along with Aiden and Thomas, who was playing as well, which, again, incredible guys. Literally, I never met them. Incredible.
oh yeah.
I love them, bro. And I know there were other people there.
How could you not be, you know, what? This is a lot of the problems that happens in our career, is that when you have talented people, they need to have the personality to match their talent. You can't just sit there and be like, oh yeah, I play the saxophone like this, so boom, get out of my way. No, man. Nah, man, you gotta come in with open arms and be accepting of everyone. Like,
Right.
dude, I listening to you at that session. Like, I've always been inspired by you, all your power behind the instrument, your power, like, I don't need to.
Bro,
Let
let me tell y'all something about Claudio.
are we on right now?
Let me tell you something
Whose
about
show are we
Claudio.
on?
Let me tell you something about Claudio. This guy will set. I mean, if you just ignite something in him, he's just gonna go off. Don't put him in. I mean, literally. If you just search up Claudio, this guy. He don't even need to be performing in front of a live audience. Just watch him shed. Just watch him just go around the drums. Just watch him. And I used to always get on you, because I was like, bro, I want to play just like you with the high cymbals and stuff, because you reminded me of like Marvin McQuitty, these gospel drummers I'm talking about, and Mike Mitchell, who are just like up there, and their chinas are like one here and one there. It's like Michael Jackson's drummers, Sugarfoot, just like there. It's like all the way up here, and just like. And I'm just like, bro, I just love the way y'all do that. I don't even have all that energy to be doing. Like, I have my my stuff like very, very like strategic. I'm like, bro, that's why I love y'all, because y'all different and you're unique in your own way, and that's one of the things that I really loved about the session that I saw you post about, and your other people. When I went to the Saturday session and I saw you for the first time, I was like, okay, cool. It's not just them there, but then I don't think I met them yet, but I don't think I met them there. However, I saw Nico, and I know he plays guitar, and I saw Cole, and that was the first time I met Cole, and I know he plays drums. I see him. Yo, you're doing an incredible job. Just to let you know. But I know there's so many others that I'm not mentioning, and I know I'm gonna meet all y'all, and it's so incredible because you guys are like, again, y'all just like y'all let me.
We are lifelong friends, and we are lifelong
Of
peers
course.
in this.
Of
in
course.
This music.
And you guys are incredible. You guys are incredible. I mean, you guys, they be like, I'm actually not joking. Y'all, like, I'm literally on a serious note. These guys, like, really know how to play music. It's just lovely just to play music. It's just lovely. It sounds better just to play music, bro. And you play music, and you're good at it. You're great at it. That gift is showing. You're funny. You're hilarious. You're incredible. You're like, you're like literally when I saw you. First of all, when you started contacting me, man, I know I'm raving about you right now, but it's just like when I first heard about you, bro. You were just like you were very welcoming, which I was like, okay, maybe he does this to everybody, so I'm just like not gonna like say stuff. I'm like, bro, you have this way about yourself which is authentic and it's real, and so it's like sometimes when it's real and it's coming from the person, and sometimes it's just an automatic connection and automatic chemistry. Like I was talking to my man Lou about on the show. When we have that, I know it's gonna be a good time. It's like when I heard that, when I saw you were coming on the show today at 2, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a good time with Claudio, and we haven't even got to the questions yet, and I probably wasted 10 minutes, but yo, you're incredible. What made that pinpoint for you that said, I want to play drums for real, for real?
So for me, I was raised in a semi-musical family. So my mom is a drummer as well, and my mom, she used to play in like rock bands when she was my age now and all that stuff. And then she had me, and she gave all that up. She was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna play drums. Like, I'm gonna raise my kid and support him in whatever craft or passion he wanted to do." And of course, the typical drummer story. At age 3 or 2, I was at the pots and the pans with the wooden spoons, making them beats. You know the vibe, bro. Literally, bro. I mean, my mom was like, okay, he cares about the music. He's passionate. Um, he wants to be a drummer. Let me enroll him into the School of Rock. And drums for me then were just like fun. I was just like, this is so fun. Like I love to play the drums. But it never got to a point where I was like, this is what I need to do with my life, and this is what I make people feel good with my music. I make myself feel good with my music up until probably my sophomore year in high school. Because I got to go to a very prestigious high school here in Miami, the Arts High School, New World School of the Arts, and got in opportunities with that high school to play with some of the pioneers of this music. Played it with Jazz at Lincoln Center, Wynton Marsalis, Jason Marsalis, Marcus Roberts, all these amazing people who pioneered this music, and I got the opportunity to be around them. And once you're around those people, it's not a game anymore. Right. It's like
right.
These are people that are thriving off of this music. Like Wynton Marsalis lives in Columbus Square in New York City in like a multi-million-dollar apartment. This is not a game, and these people are deep into it. And I had a lot of there's a lot of like what's the word? There's like in my opinion, and honestly, I'm a guest to this music, to this African American art form. This is Black American music. I am a guest to it. I have to show my utmost respect. And when I'm playing with the pioneers of this music, and I'm just some 19-year-old white boy from Miami playing the drums, like literally, like, bro, like, you have to bring a certain mindset and knowledge and respect to this, because like I said, I'm a guest to this music. Like, I need to show that I need to earn my place in this music. I have no place. I need to earn it.
Right. It's one of them things where it's just like, I know this is, like you said, you're a guest to this, and it's one of them things where it's just like, it's one of the things where I look at people like you and I'm like, I am so excited to hear what he presents to the table of music, because what you present, and that's why I love people like you, bro, and people like no matter if you're black, white, purple, orange, Lord knows what, like, you got something unique, bro, to present to the table. And even for me, bro, and I understand, like, I'm African American, everybody sees that duh, of course, but there's always something that I can take away, that I can incorporate, because shoot, I don't tell everybody everything, but there's some stuff that I've seen from you that I do now, bro. Some stuff that I try to pretend that you do, and it's not, and that's one of the things that I love about this industry that I'm in.
Bro, you don't think when I'm playing on more of a funk or like a gospel gig that I'm not gonna take one of your big fills in? Like, of course.
I mean, I be watching Cole too. I watch what's so crazy? There are certain people that I haven't even met that's connected to you, that's connected to a lot of people in the industry who actually are there, who are actually living off of what they're doing for real. And I'm watching them, and they think I'm not watching them, but like, you just never know who's watching. You never know who's in the room. You never know who's on the internet.
And the same thing goes to you. The same thing goes to you, because you came and you networked and you showed your face at that session, and cats now know, wow, Adu, a drummer in Baltimore, killing,
dude,
nice guy.
Look at you,
like,
bro. If it wasn't, and I thank God for Brandon Goldberg. I thank God for him, because he was like the one that I was able to see, because I would have never met Claudio if it wasn't for Brandon Goldberg. And it's crazy because I never met the kid. Let me shut up. He's not. He's like.
He's 15. He's a kid, bro.
Yeah, he's okay. Oh, like, okay, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. Nah, but like, I saw. I'm sorry.
I was just on the phone with this guy last night. I was just on the phone with this guy last night.
I want to make sure I'm saying everything right, so ain't nobody gonna come at me. Nah, but like, y'all, like when I saw, because I watched him for a while and what he was doing, and it was incredible. And you guys can search him up, but he was doing a lot of things, and I saw he was connected to a lot of drummers. There was one guy before I saw you. It was this other guy who
Miguel Russell.
Yeah. That guy's incredible.
His IG, dude, his IG handle is SILVA Gem, right? It's like,
yeah,
dude, his chops.
Bro, he is.
Miami, bro, dude.
Y'all are crazy down there. East Coast people, see, y'all be talking about these West Coast drummers. I'm like, East Coast got a little something. DC, ATL, boy, ATL don't play. Florida, North Carolina, DMV, everybody from the DMV.
Oh, North Carolina, dude, Jay Hillard, all those guys.
Philly,
Xavier.
Philly, bro. Let me tell y'all something about Philly. There are a lot of my favorite drummers come out from Philly. That's one of the things why I love this thing that we're doing, bro, and why we're in this. This is why we do.
I gotta shout out my boy Makai Boone from Philly, killing drummer.
Shout out to Makai. Do I know him?
Yeah,
I don't know him. You gotta send me his ad.
Bro, he is like 15 or like 14 years old and playing with amazing people.
When you're not performing or in rehearsal or setting or just practicing, what does Claudio do?
So I would say that my pastime, other than drumming or this music, would be cooking. Like I really
You can cook.
love because, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
I'm gonna put
okay,
you.
listen, man.
He's like, hold on. Let me.
Look, I know people are like, I can't cook, but look, I'm telling you now, I have so many people's stamps of approval, and I will chef up for you anytime, Adu. I promise you.
Claudio, I'm about to.
love arts. I love arts where you can express yourself in ways that words can't. Like, that's why we are musicians, because this is a way for us to express ourselves in
Right.
a way that words can't. Sometimes you're so happy and you just want to scream, and guess what? You scream on the drum. Sometimes you're angry and you're like,
Yeah. We'll play a game after this. We'll be right back.
You pick the place we can roll and talk. On the roster, hit each other. In the halls, in the moonlight, we can roll and talk. In the roster, hit each other. What we use, you pick the place we can roll and talk. In the roster, hit each other.
Welcome back to the Do Show. I'm about to play a game called Rapid Fire. Let's go. If you had a time machine, what time period would you go back to?
1960s through 1980s.
What's something you're irrationally afraid of?
I'm irrationally afraid of dropping a drumstick on the big stage.
What?
Like, okay, imagine I'm in a stadium full of 30,000 people and it's like the solo that defines my life. And then I'm like, what? And then it's like,
Okay, maybe when I play this back, it's gonna make sense. Okay, what's some? Tell us three things. Tell us three interesting things we'd find in your house.
Three interesting things you can find in my house. You can find a lot of art that was made by an artist in the Dominican Republic that has one arm. She has one arm. It's crazy. She painted all those things with one arm. You can find some handmade percussion things that I make. And a lot of interesting things is I have a lot of fish in my house. There's a lot of fish tanks.
Okay. What's the fastest you've ever driven in a car?
The fastest I've ever driven in a car probably is 100 miles per hour because I...
Okay. Finish the sentence. I feel cheerful when...
I play the drums.
What is the most rebellious thing you've ever done as a kid? You can just do the pass thing. You don't even have to answer the... I'll give you a pass if you don't want to.
What's the rating of this TV? What's the rating of this show?
Look. I don't know what's gonna happen in 5 years with this, so you better say this really. You better think really wise, because in 5 years, someone might play this back.
You're right. The most rebellious thing I've ever done.
Again, I'm gonna give you a pass. If you want to pass on it, go ahead. You can pass on any of this question.
I'll pass.
Okay. What's the last text you sent?
Last text I sent was, we'll be in 5 and a picture of you and me.
Okay. What's your worst habit?
My worst habit is that I get pretty, like obsessive. Like if I get an idea in my head, or I want to play with a certain person, or I want to play a certain song, or I want to do something, I will obsess over it until it happens.
Wow. What song do you always blast when nobody's around?
Oh! Let's see. It probably has to be Climax or Closer by Slum Village.
I might have to check that out.
It's fire.
Claudio Silva, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping by the show. You can stay up to date on Claudio right now on Instagram at Claudio C Silva _ and at Claudio C Silva Music. There's more
sir.
to do, so after this, I'll be right back. That's all the time that I have for today. If you would like to view clips from today's show, head on over to my YouTube channel, for more exclusive content.
If you want to stream full episodes of the show, you can, since the show is on all streaming platforms, which are available for download on the Google Play Store and the Apple Store.
And finally, make sure to tune into the THEADUSHOW Show every day, only on YouTube.com and on all other streaming platforms available. Stay cool, live life. Until next time.